Okay, I haven't done an update for a while, but we have done a number of changes. The idea of the coil of copper on this heated part here was to heat up the fuel so that when it got injected it would have more chance of becoming a vapour rather than just relying on it being atomised. The only issue I found at the same time I put a check valve in here. What the check valve is doing is keeping all the fuel in that delivery line, which was coming through here originally, but what it was doing, keeping all the fuel in that delivery line, and the pressure in here was increasing rapidly after I turned it off due to the heat. Temperature was rising enough to cause the fuel to expand, causing major pressure increase right round till it come off the stop. Now I've got it hooked up on the air intake side, so we've got fuel which is not going to be warmed, but the air is going to be heated up fairly hot. So when the air and the fuel mix together, it'll already be hot, so it'll give it a better chance to become vaporising. We've also changed coming down from the combustion chamber down to a 3/4 pipe. That's just straight pipe with a plug on there to try that at some stage. Inside here is a reduction in diameter, which is trying to use to encourage it to detonate. And we go down to the end, and I've dropped it down to 1/2 inch pipe here. And in the end here, I was using it before with just the nozzle on there, which all this fits over top and joins it straight to the turbo. So now I've just put another bit of pipe. I have to test this part yet. This is now a 1/2 inch nozzle. So this pipe goes over top and joins between there and the turbo. I haven't got a tacho yet, so I'm still waiting for a tacho to come. So I can't tell what speed the vanes and that are running at inside here, because I can actually measure there straight away. So what I've done is I'll put a balloon on here to see if we're getting any work, because normally the idea of a turbocharger is to suck air in here and blow it out there. Turbochargers don't usually do a lot. It might do 20 pounds if it's lucky. So the idea of this is to see if it was actually doing work and it's spinning enough to actually cause that balloon to expand. Now, it was expanding. I'll show you a video in a second of it expanding, and it comes out to about this size here, which doesn't seem like much, but when I put air on the intake side, we'll demonstrate that in a minute. When I put air on the intake side, that's probably 100 psi with a 1/8 nozzle going into there. On the other side, we're just coming out, dropping it into a muffler to try to keep the quiet, and this will then seal up on this side here. We'll just see, this nozzle is 1/8 nozzle, so this is 100 psi, and see if it blows this balloon up. And you will see that the vanes are going around. As you can see from that, the balloon didn't even expand. So the amount of air from 100 psi coming into our setup is not causing it to pressurise. Okay, that wasn't a real good test. So what I've done now, I'm just going to use the end piece off here, which has got the nozzle in it. And I'm going to put that back in because that's going to now give us pressure. We're losing too much pressure on the other side. So I put that in. So we've got our nozzle again inside, sealed on this casing. And we'll see if that's going to increase it and get that balloon to blow. That's still 100 psi with a 1/8 thumb hole. Even with that nozzle basically pretty well sealed inside there with that all enclosed, we're getting very little lift on the balloon. So the balloon is not getting a lot of air to it, even though that should be a fair bit of force. Now, we're not using the air side, of course. We're just going to use the outlet here to drive a generator. And of course, we're going to be using steam, hopefully, which is going to be injected into the the steam's going to be injected into the inlet here on the way through as the hot air is running through and turn the water into a steam. So steam should be 3 times more powerful. So very interesting at the moment. I think we're on the right track, and then we'll try and work out whether we can just run a generator off there. I have tried just using that air nozzle and hooking an 8mm nut onto there and putting it to a little motor, and it was spinning a little 10-volt motor. I don't know what's out of a printer. It was spinning that little 10-volt motor. So it can drive that. So it's got a fair bit of drive even with that. But we're getting a lot more than that out of our Pulse Detonation engine.